Hi Cancer, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank y'all for liking the video. We're going to do a quick bonus message for you, Cancer. This is just whatever wants to come out. What are the messages for Cancer? Messages for Cancer, please. Messages for Cancer. Okay, wow, Ace of Wands right off the bat here. So the Ace of Wands, this is new opportunities coming towards you, okay? Lots of growth happening. Some of you guys, it's happening because you decided to take the first step. There's something here about not being able to see in front of you, but taking a step anyway. This is a fateful step. Let's see, believing in yourself, the Tower. Yeah, look at that. So for some of you guys, you've already done this, okay? Others of you, it may feel like things around you are falling apart. It may feel like you don't really know who you are right now. You may feel like you don't really know what's going on. Or you're just kind of afraid to take this step because you know if you do take a step, there's something here that may end or something here that may fall apart. This is a good Tower, though. Let's see. Give me 1 second. There's something happening sudden, okay? There's some sort of sudden change or sudden... There's a lot of energy here. Like, I'm just getting something here is brimming with energy. There's like a sudden shift. But there's also like this fear that if we take this step, that a lot will change, okay? What is this? Scorpio energy. Four of Cups. Yeah, but here's the thing, okay? You're not happy in a situation, is what I'm getting with that Four of Cups. If this is for you, it's not going to be for everybody. But if this is for you, there's something that you are not satisfied with, okay? You've lost interest in something, or it's just something feels stagnant. So you're reevaluating your current situation, right? And so you want something fresh, you want something new. But going after this means total chaos. Going after this means your world as you know it falling apart. The world that you've, crafted and been holding on to so tightly. But the reality of the situation is no matter how uncomfortable this is going to be, you're not happy where you're at. So I think a lot of you guys are trying to figure out how to move out of this stagnant energy without it blowing up in your face. Okay. What's the advice? Okay, so I'm just going to pull an advice card and we'll move on from that. What for the Cancers that are resonating with that, what's the advice? Okay, Seven of Wands. Some of you guys, this is like, don't block your blessings. Seven of Wands, Nine of Cups. Immediately when I saw the Seven of Wands, what popped into my head was don't block your blessings. But I wanted to make sure, I wanted to clarify it. There's definitely something here about you potentially blocking out a blessing due to fearing a major challenge or facing a major challenge. But it's like on the other side of this fear is everything you've ever wanted. But it doesn't just happen overnight. There's going to be some chaos and destruction that comes with it. But your advice here is not to be afraid of a challenge, not to block your blessings. Six of Pentacles in reverse. This talks about being in a one-sided situation. So let me get this straight. If you are resonating with this, you're unhappy in a situation because you feel as if you're giving more energy than you're getting back in return. And so here's the thing. We have to decide what is worth it and what isn't. So we have to make a decision is what's happening here. Okay. Something is not giving the way you're giving, or, you know, there's something here. It can be anything. And it's like there's this light switch going off in your head. It either already has or it will. But with this epiphany also comes the realization that something here has to end. You know? Your advice is to not stick around in one-sided situations. Your advice is to not block the blessings that are wanting to enter your life. This is hard. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a very difficult situation you're facing. Because it's like, on one hand, you really are the type of person who wants to see a job through. You really are the type of person, you know, you're definitely a ride or die for sure. Because I can see that that's why you're feeling so frustrated, because you really want something here to just work, right? And it's like you may be exhausting yourself trying to figure out how to just make something function correctly. It's not happening though. It's not happening. And so when we continue to overgive to one-sided situations, we do block our blessings. So what else wants to come out? Let's see what else wants to come out with you. Lovers in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There may be something that you're considering disconnecting from. Okay. And that's totally up to you, because you're the one that has to live your life, right? It's totally up to you. I will say the tarot was saying you're blocking something great by sticking in, by trying to force something. Okay. All right. What else for Cancer? And that can be in relation to anything. All right. What else for Cancer, please? Quick messages for Cancer. 9 of Swords. 5 of Wands. What do I want? How do I want to say that? Okay, the Emperor in reverse wanted to show itself. Trying to... Here's the issue. And I think all of us on the planet can resonate with what I'm about to say at one point or another in our lives. All right, so this is not to shame anybody. Okay, so don't feel bad. You're having some sort of internal struggle here. That's your message. I can't force a message. I'll pull maybe 2 cards for some love over here before we end the reading. But there is a major message here of having this internal battle, this internal struggle, okay? And there's a fear to face something, because once you face it, you're not going to be able to control it anymore. You're not going to be able to control what the outside world does. It's like once you speak your truth, or once you kind of just lay something on the table, or it's like once you express something, you know you'll have no control over what happens next, and that's terrifying. So what's happening here is you're keeping something in, and it's starting a war within yourself. So it's like you're afraid to start a war outside of yourself. You're trying to internalize all of it, and it's creating lots and lots of stress, blockages, anxiety. And the more you keep holding on to this, the harder it's going to be to enjoy life. Okay, that's the best way I can explain it. Now, I will tell you the reason why you're not speaking on it, or the reason why you're not expressing yourself in a certain way. It has a lot to do with a fear of losing control in your life. But the thing is, you got to ask yourself, is this really healthy? Is it really healthy to keep something in? I'm doing my best to explain this because I feel so many different things with these cards, because I feel like you're all in so many different struggles. It's not a one size fits all message. There's this fear of being vulnerable. There's this fear of also possibly not being seen as the emperor, so to speak, someone who's within control, someone who is wise and smarter. There may be a fear of how you're perceived to other people as well. But what it really boils down to is a fear to lose control of your environment. That's why we're keeping this in. That's why we're... Okay, look at this. The devil. Shit. You know, there's definitely, again, the Chariot. That's the Chariot is all about control. Okay. The devil, about control. It's like you may be not even realizing that you are being controlled by you trying to, how do I want to say this? This is crazy because I don't know what you're dealing with, but it's like by you trying to be in control of yourself, you're actually being controlled by something else. I don't know what it is. You think you're controlling the situation, but you're not. You're actually being controlled. I don't think you realize that. And what I mean by that is when we are not in a place to where we can comfortably be our authentic selves, okay? We are actually being controlled. We think we're doing the controlling. We're controlling ourselves, right? No, you're being controlled by some sort of either I don't know what you're being controlled by. I don't know. Okay. I'm not saying lash out and act like a buffoon. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying be emotionally reactive, because that's definitely something you shouldn't do. But there is something here where you've created this war within yourself by not expressing how you truly feel about a situation. Now, some of you guys, there's definitely something controlling you. I don't know what it is. Or you feel like you feel so burdened, okay, by this situation. When the best way out, I'm gonna pull you advice card, but I'll tell you right now, when you feel like someone is trying to control you or something is controlling you, the best way to break those chains is to just be your authentic self, to stop giving a shit. And I know it's easier for me to say stop giving a shit, but really just obviously think before you act and use discernment. But don't put yourself in a box because of this outside influence, because that's what's happening here. You're trying to contain yourself due to some sort of fear of a war being outside of you, but it's already within you. What's Cancer's advice? Okay, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry if that's what's happening. Okay. All right. What is Cancer's advice? I already pulled the card for this, but this is really wanting to come out. Justice. This is really a card of like chaos resolving itself. So I'm going to use this for an example. I'm not sure if somebody here is trying to like create drama in your life, but you take it how it resonates for you. Potentially there could be someone around you that is trying to create drama here, or being, very reactive. So the Emperor in reverse, somebody could have narcissistic tendencies that's around you. Somebody here could do the most to get attention, right? People who are or who have narcissistic tendencies, they do everything they can to get others to pity them, right? They may be emotionally reactive, even spreading lies, right? That could be something you're fearing here. You could be fearing that somebody could spread a lie, and then other people believe the lie, and you're just trying to internalize all this. You could be afraid of that, right? But it does look like an outside energy that may be trying to hold power over you. And the best way to deal with someone like this is to just, because the narcissist, or people with narcissistic tendencies, the truth sends them into an emotional rage, right? The narcissistic rage when the truth is exposed. And these type of people will do and say anything to get other people on board with them, to pity them. These type of people will, how do I want to say this? They thrive in chaos. I'm going to leave you with this. Basically, I can't get into this right now. These were supposed to be quick messages. Basically, the advice is, chaos will resolve itself no matter what. There's really not a whole lot you have to do other than just don't feel the need to not be able to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. Don't allow a negative force to have that much power over you. That being said, it does not, you can't reason with this type of energy. The only thing you can do is block, cut off, ignore, disconnect. Don't look at it. Don't talk to it. Stay away from it. Because if you keep engaging with this type of energy, you really continue manifesting this type of energy in your life. The only way to manifest a new reality is to completely stay away from it. Completely stay away from it. Because when we feed it energy, the energy keeps manifesting in our lives. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm not going to get too much more into that. I do plan on doing videos on things like this in the future. All right, so just be on the lookout for that. We got Aries energy, Libra energy. Again, your advice is to just be your truest self at the end of the day. Don't let somebody hold you back. All right. Anywho, let's pull a card specifically for love before we close this out. We can't worry about other people's reactions. We can't worry about, we can't walk on eggshells just because somebody thinks that they should be the dominant one, or somebody thinks that they should be on top, or someone, this could be a boss for some of you, obviously, or this could be a workplace situation. But it's like, we cannot force ourselves into a box and not be our authentic selves just because somebody else is emotionally reactive to that. Okay, I don't know how else to say it, but it's like we can't walk around on eggshells. Let them have their reaction. Let them do what they're gonna do. 9 times out of 10, they will do and say whatever they can to disguise the truth, right? Because they're afraid of the truth. And they're actually ashamed of themselves. People like this are actually ashamed of who they are, and they hate who they are. And so they create this falsehood to protect themselves from realizing who they really are. Again, I'm not going to get into this too much, like I already have, but I just feel like there's a Cancer out there that really needs to hear. This could be a family situation for some of you guys as well. Let the issue resolve itself. Deal with your triggers on the situation because you're being triggered, obviously. So go within, deal with that. At the end of the day, when we know who we are, no one else can tell us who we are. And we become unbothered. It's very interesting. I've had this in my life before. And it's interesting how the stages you'll go through, and you'll reach a certain level eventually where it's just kind of like, it doesn't really matter what someone is saying to you when you've mastered yourself. It doesn't matter what they're telling others. It doesn't matter if they have a whole army of people who are just like them. It doesn't matter. Because your people will find your people, and you'll have a different reality. You'll be in a completely different reality than they are. But if you continue to focus on it, you're going to be between worlds. And we don't want that. We want to go over here. We want to completely shut that out. And eventually, your silence, it'll go away. That's the only way to make it go away. All right. Okay. What about love? 3 cards for love. Ooh. Boy, you got someone's attention. You got someone's attention. Okay. Yeah, I just saw the Ace of Pentacles. So I definitely see somebody here wanting to win you over. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They could just have those qualities, but there's definitely new love coming towards you. Okay, I feel like there's someone here who's very curious about you and they want to talk to you. They recognize you. They recognize who you are. Yeah, they're unsure. Okay, so y'all are like, okay, fine. Why aren't they just talking to me then? They want to talk. Why aren't they saying anything? They're unsure of how to approach you. They're unsure of what to say. They like you so much. They don't want to come in and say the wrong thing. I feel like with the Page of Cups, you intuitively know who this is. You're both very curious about each other. This person is trying to think things through. They also believe that there's more they need to see about the situation before they can act. Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Yeah, they're afraid of getting rejected. I'm also getting they're afraid of this potentially going bad. Like there's a fear that if they go to approach you, this may not end well, and that's due to their own projection on things, okay? But they really like you a lot. And I'm going to leave it at that, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Until next time, bye.